Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Text number 30. Janma karma cha vishvatman.
Janma karma cha vishvatman.
Akartu ajasya karturatmanaha.
Ajasya karturatmanaha.
Tiryang rishishu yadasu.
Tiryang rishishu yadashu.
Tadatyanta vidambanam.
Tadatyanta vidambanam.
Of course, it is bewildering, O soul of the universe, that you work though you are inactive, and that you take birth though you are vital force and the unborn. You yourself descend amongst animals, men, sages, and aquatics. Verily, this is bewildering. Hare Krishna.
So up to now we saw that it is difficult to surrender to God. That is because of our obstreperous nature. And therefore we don't agree with anyone. We always differ from others. This is our nature. And with great difficulty, Krishna says in Gita, 4 types of people might come to God. They are Artho, Jigyasu, Artharthi, Jnani. The suffering, the needy, the inquisitive, and the philosophers. But unfortunately, they come. Once the purpose is served, they stop coming anymore. You see? And then they blame God. God is partial. No, He is not partial. Just like rainwater, it depends upon the receptacle that you possess. Rain is just falling. If you got small glass, you will get only glass of water. If you got bucket, only you get bucket full of water. If you got a big drum, you will get drum full of water. It is not that the rain is partial to these 3 guys. Similarly, the artho, the distress, goes to temple when there is some family problem. Once that is solved, he stops going to the temple. At that time he gets mercy. Inquisitive gets mercy. Philosopher gets mercy. But once the problem is solved, they stop going. He wants to give. He is reluctant to take mercy. Mercy is on. The switch is on. But he is reluctant to take mercy. So we cannot blame God. He doesn't stop. And what is this? What makes us not surrender to Him? Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shri. High parentage, abundant wealth, high education, and physical beauty. Because of these 4, we get puffed up. In some measure, small measure, big measure, whatever measure it is. So that in fact these 4 are impediments in spiritual advancement. So normally people feel, if somebody looks ugly, see, I look ugly, nobody looks at me. But actually he is lucky, he or she is lucky. If you are beautiful, it's your bad luck. Similarly, if you are not educated, it's your good luck. You will have no arrogance, no ego. Suppose you are double graduate, triple graduate, what happens? You will not be sitting here. The moment you get double graduation, first thing you do is you deny God. The moment you become a famous scientist, the first thing you do is you deny God. The first thing you become one of the 10 billionaires, the first thing you do is you deny God. Is the problem. What can be done? That is why Krishna is not a new problem, modern problem. Otherwise, why it will appear in Gita? How many years Gita old? No, again you are all talking like fools. Billion, trillion years old. He says, I spoke to sun god. Imam vivasvate proptavanakam abhyayam. Even if you take to Tirtha Yuga, he says, Vivaswan manave paka manu ikshvakuve abravit. Even if you take recent, say about 3 million years, 2 million years, then itself we had conveyed these 4 major impediments. Therefore, we have to ensure we don't have these 4 impediments. Otherwise, you don't surrender. Only partial surrender. And these 4 qualifications, so-called qualification, what it does for us, you advance materially nicely. You quickly advance. And you very often compare to your counterparts in India. Added beauty. And material advancement means fever increasing. Is fever increasing good? Temperature? It is not good. 98, 99, 101, is it good? 103, sir, I am 103, is it good? But you say that. Now I've got 3 million, I've got one property here, one property back home, I've got this, I've got that. That means your fever is increasing and you think my fever is very good. I mean my fever temperature is increasing. That is why if you are poverty stricken means temperature reducing. If you are ugly looking means temperature coming down. If you are anguta chop means temporary coming down, fever coming down. So which you prefer? Aggravating the fever or fever coming down? That is why we cannot surrender. And beauty is in only surrender. That is another problem. The more you surrender, happier you will be. The more you withhold, the more you suffer. That's what she is conveying. Kunti Devi. She says, Janmaishwarya Shuta Shribhi Yedhamana Madhapuma. Yedhamana means constantly increasing. Mother is there, arrogance is there, but Yedhamana, it constantly increases. The more you earn, suppose one project is finished for you, you are right now earning 80,000. Another project you get 130,000. Immediately you will become more arrogant. You will keep telling anyone, you see, last job I had only 80,000, now I have 130,000. So last job I had this car, now I have bought this car. This is arrogance. Edamana, matapuman. Na abhidhatum vai arhati. He doesn't deserve to see you, my Lord. Clear? So next we move. Janma karma cha vishvatman. Vishvatman ajasya karturatmanaha.
Ajasya karturatmanaha.
Tiryang nrishishu yadasu.
Tiryang nrishishu yadashu.
Tadatyanta vidambanam.
Tadatyanta vidambanam.
Therefore, Janma Karma Cha Vishwatman. Vishwatman means the soul of the universe. Krishna is the soul of the universe. If that Lord Krishna, who is within this universe as Lord Vishnu, if he leaves, then the whole universe will be flattened like balloon. Therefore, you are Vishwatman. And your Janma and your Karma. Your appearance and your activity. Janma and karma. Janma you should not translate as birth. That is for us. For Krishna there is no birth. He appears in his original form, in the spiritual form. Therefore there is no birth and therefore there is no death for him. So how do we translate? Janma means appearance. Death means disappearance. Manifest and unmanifest. Technically in Sanskrit it's called Avirbhav and Tirobhav. For both Vaishnavas and Lord Vishnu, these are the words to be used. Although we foolishly use Janmashtami. Krishna Janmashtami we say. But that has come as a matter of practice. So intelligent people say Gokulashtami or Krishna Jayanti. If you want to use the word this, then you should say Avirbhavashtami. So there's nothing like Janma and this. So here, Janma and Karma means appearance and activities. Again, Karma means not activities, pastimes. Leela. Ours is Karma. In any case, to simplify, this said Janma, birth, Karma, activity, of whom Ajasya, one who has no birth. Birth of one who has no birth. Karma of one who is akarta, akartu, one who has no activity. See, this is not a contradiction. The one line only, oxymoron, they call it sentence. It's not contradiction. Janma karma cha vishwatman ajasya and akartuhu. So then what is it? This Krishna has already explained in Gita. Janma karma cha me divyam. Evam yo vetti tattvataha. Divyam means transcendental, spiritual. Not bhautikam. Janma karma cha me divyam. Same janma karma cha. Instead of saying divyam, she says ajasya and akartu. Tiriyang means horizontal in Sanskrit. That means animals. Animals are horizontal, cow, dog, donkey, all are like this. Men are vertical. So Tiriyang, you sometimes appear as an animal, that is Varaha Avatara. Sometimes Nir, human-like form, like Rama and Krishna. And sometimes Rishishu, just like Naranara and Rishi. Or Parshurama. Or sometimes Yadasu. Yadaha means aquatic, that is Matsya Avatara. Tad atyanta vidambanam. That is very difficult to conceive of. For whom? For those who are puffed up. So it is said, Vedeshu dullabham. Normally we have respect for Vedas. Anyone who go to India, whether he knows anything or not, he says, this is Vedas, Vedas, Vedas. Actually, Vedeshu dullabham. By exhaustive study of Vedas, you cannot understand God. Vedas can both enlighten and bewilder you. Therefore, Vedas have to be studied under guidance of a devotee of God. Then you get proper purport, perfect purport of Veda, because it contains parokshvada. The statements in Veda, Shruti statements, are of what nature? Parokshvada. What is parokshvada? Apparent meaning one thing, actual meaning is different. So we will go according to the literal meaning. When you try to read the Vedas, you will draw conclusion based on the literal meaning. For example, Gangayam Ghoshaha. Residence in Ganges. Immediately you will think, oh, house in the water, Ganges. No, then it requires interpretation. That means residence near the bank of the Ganges. Gangayam Ghoshaha. So many words are like that. Very difficult to understand. So he says, Vedeshu durlabham, but adurlabham means sulabham, for whom Atma Bhakto. Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. There was a Vedic scholar, Brahmana. Once Naraji was going, so the Brahmana stopped him. Naraji, where are you going? He said, I've got some time, so I feel like going to Vaikuntha and having darshan of Lord Narayana. He said, oh, very nice, how fortunate you are. If you please meet Lord Narayana, kindly confirm from him, this birth is the last birth. He said, okay. Then few yards, he met a cobbler. He said, Naraji, where are you going? I'm going to Vaikuntha to see Lord Narayana. Oh, how fortunate you are. If you meet him, please ask him, how many lifetimes I have still to go through? Please ask him and please tell me. They're all right. Then after a couple of days, again he comes back, Naraji. The Brahmana saw him. You came back so quick? He said, yes. You didn't go to Vaikuntha? No, I did go. Did you not meet the Lord? Yes, I tried to meet, but he was busy. He was busy doing what? Inside the eye of the needle, he tries to push an elephant. Then the Brahmana gave a guffaw out. Oh God, what a funny thing, he said. So, well, I didn't have time. He couldn't talk to me, so I left him with the elephant and the needle. Then he went few yards. Then the cobbler met him. Naraji, ab jaldi aa gaye. Kya baat hai? Yes, Lord Narayana was busy. I couldn't. So why? What was he doing? Same, he said. Needle of the eye, he was trying to push an elephant into it. He was looking at him. I was shedding tears. Lord is Lord. He only can do that. There is a difference between a Vedic Brahmana and a cobbler. Therefore Krishna says, Vedeshu durlabham, adurlabham atma bhakto, govindam adi purusham tamaham maya. As I said, bhakti means love, feeling. We don't have that. That's why we prefer karma, jnana and yoga. Bhakti means love. You don't have to have anything to perform bhakti-based function. For bhakti-based function, you don't need anything. One old Brahmana was there, Vaishnava. He visited so many temples, saw opulently everything being worshipped. At home, he was crying in the early morning during Brahma Muhurta, after 3:30, taking bath. He says, I don't have a deity. I don't have this paraphernalia. I curse myself if I'm having this birth. After saying this, he folded his hand and sat down. And he got an idea. What is that? He simply closed his eyes, brought the Lord in front of him, in the mental screen. And mentally, he took silver pot, milk, and started doing Abhishekam. And then water, Ganges water, then comes down. Then rose water he puts. Then honey he puts. He was very happy putting all that. And then does the arati. He was so happy. He accomplished everything that is being done in a huge temple. So, Lakshmi ji asked Narayana, why you are sitting like this in attention? Nay, I am just watching, enjoying my devotees doing all this for me. No, but I don't see anything. No, I'll show you one day, she said. So next day it starts happening. She was sitting with him, Mother Lakshmi. Then he showed him with the special flower. See, watch this now, what he does. So he did the same thing, Abhisheka with milk, honey, etc. Then he knows now he must offer what's called bhoga. He doesn't have anything what to offer bhoga. So again he imagines, takes a nice silver pot, in that he puts milk, he puts rice, makes sweet rice, and takes it. And before offering, he wanted to taste whether it is nicely come or not. Little bit he puts his finger, he does like that. He showed Lakshmi, see, he is suffering. And he saw his finger is literally blisters. Then he said, how this happened to me? You don't recur Vedic chanting. You don't recur big yajna, sacrifice. All that paraphernalia, you don't recur. If you have all those things, you can never see God. Vedeshu durlabham. Be simple, very simple person. Be a very simple person to worship God. The simpler you are, more successful you will be. The more show off you do, he goes away from you. This is simple. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, came down to practically teach how to love God. Others were only writing granthas. There is no use in writing granthas. Those who have written granthas, big rishis, staying in the upper planetary system with Arundhati and Ahalya, enjoying family life still. They have written big granthas. But Parikshit Maharaja, he did not write any grantha. He said, I am a wretched Kshatriya householder. I am useless. But he went to God directly. To see him going to God, so many Brahmana rishis were sitting. So therefore he says, Tad atyanta vidambanam. When you come as animals and this and that, it's very difficult for anyone to understand. And then she gives this next thing. Gopya dhade tvai kritagasi damatavat.
Gopya dade tvai kritagasiddhamatavat.
Yate dashashru kalilanjana sambhramaksham.
Yate dasashru kalilanjana sambhramaksham.
Vaktram niniya bhaya bhavanaya sthithasya.
Tram niniya bhaya bhavanaya sthithasya.
Samam vimohayati bhirapi yadbhibheti.
Samam vimohayati bhirapi yadbhibheti.
My dear Krishna, Yashoda took up a rope to bind you when you committed an offense, and your perturbed eyes overflooded with tears, which washed the mascara from your eyes. And you were afraid, though fear personified is afraid of you. This sight is bewildering to me. Hare Krishna.
This is what she said. Atyanta vidambanam. Vidambanam means bewildering, can't understand you. Why? The earlier sloka explained us, supported by Upanishad, na tasya karyam karanam cha vidyate. He is nothing, no activity to be performed. And he has no senses, hands, legs, etc. Na tad samaha tad abhyadhikascha drishyate. There is no one equal to him or superior to him. And para asya shakti vividhaiva shruyate. He has multifarious potencies. Swabhaviki jnana bala kriyacha. Swabhaviki natural. Jnana knowledge. Bala strength. Kriya activity. He has nothing to perform. He has no material sense organs. Na karanam means, doesn't have senses, means not senses. He has transcendental senses. Like we are Atma basically. Atma has got the eyes, hands, legs, etc. Atma is not formless. You see, like Atma has eyes, but that consciousness is seeing through these eyes. Therefore, things become contaminated. Just like I have these eyes, I can see, but while reading, I am reading the book through these eyes. That doesn't mean that this is which I'm seeing through. No, I am actually seeing through these eyes. But through these specs I am reading this book. Original eyes, where are the original eyes? Yeah. What are these? Superimposed. Similarly, Atma has eyes. Atma has hands, legs. 2 hands, that means jacket. 2 legs means pant. So you are wearing pant and jacket on your hands and legs. Similarly, you are wearing legs and hands on that. It has to be understood like that. Not formless, not arupam. It is rupam. So, na tasya karyam karanam cha vidyate. He doesn't have material senses. He doesn't have material activities to perform. But he has got transcendental senses and he performs transcendental pastimes all over. That's why you could lifting Govardhan at the age of 7 is not a material activity. A mundane person cannot do that. 7-year-old boy cannot lift. So if he has lifted, historically it is documented, means he had transcendental senses. So na karyam na karanam cha vidyate, therefore na samaha. There is no one equal to him, na abhyadhikaha cha drishyate. And how does he accomplish those pastimes? Para asya shakti, para superior. He has only one shakti, that is para shakti. Para shakti means spiritual potency. Adya shakti, original potency. Para shakti is the original potency, one potency, spiritual potency. But to create this material cosmos, that original potency extends itself and accomplishes the activity of creating material universe. Understand my point? It's not that he has got multifarious potencies, all emanate from his spiritual potencies, at his will. Electricity is one energy. When you connect it to a blast furnace, it heats up. When you connect it to refrigerator, it cools down, freezes. So apparently there are two energies, hot and cold. But they are coming from one single energy called electricity. Similarly, parasasya shukti vividhaiva shruyate swabhaviki jnana bala kriyacha. So, explaining that point that she is unable to understand, it is so bewildering, vidambanam. For that she says, she recollects. Gopi adade. Gopi means Yashoda mother, Mother Yashoda. Gopi adade. She took up. Krita agasi. When you committed an offense. Dama. Dama means rope. Tavad. At that time, yate dasha. देखने जैसे था. Because he was Tingu, almost 3.5-4 years old, small boy, and she said, you did this, I will now show you. She brings Dama Tavad, Ashru Kalila, tears flowing down, Anjana, that kajal, that is melting, Sambhrama, he's fearing, Aksham, Vaktram Niniya, he bows down, Bhaya Bhavanaya Sthithasya. That scene, Kunti says, it's bewildering. Why? Bhirapi yad bibeti. Bhihi personified, fear personified is Yamaraja. Yamaraja himself is afraid of you. And you are being afraid of somebody, I really can't, I'm going crazy, she said. Atyanta vidampanam. Gopyadade tvayi kitagasi damatavad yate dasha. Wah, dekhne layak aisa. Ashru kalila anjana sambhramaksham vaktram niniya bhaya bhavanaya sthithasya. You see, when Krishna comes as a child, he is really a top-class superstar. He exactly enacts the pastimes like that. And he takes revenge also. You see, once Krishna was playing, and when he ate the dirt, Balram came and complained. Others also came and complained. So he got punished for that. So next day he made a strategy. Now these guys got me trapped. Now let me go and do something against Balram. So he came in. So Yashoda by chance came into the hall. Hey, you are here? Not gone to play? He doesn't speak. Muh kholo. He went and stood in a corner. She came closer. Kya hua? What happened to you? Why you are like this? Kuch to bolo. Then he starts crying. Then she took him very close. Bolo, what happened? She says, Balram, no, mujhe gali deta hai. He's abusing me. Is that so? Let me. Balram, come here. She went out, called all the boys. They all came in. तुमने क्या बोला उसको? मैं तो कुछ बोला. We are praying there. We never saw him even. Then he said, बोला क्या बोला? मैया मोही दाऊ बहुत खिजायो. बहुत गाली दिया. So क्या गाली दिया? मोसो कह तो मोल को लीनो. You have been bought on a barter basis. Mummy gave tamarind and got you in exchange. तो ही दशुमती कब जायो? When did Mother Yashoda give birth to you? Like this he says. क्यों रे? बोला था? No, he is telling lie. No, he says you are telling lie. No, और भी गाली दिया. He said, speak up everything in front of him. That time he says, Mummy, तो ही जसुमती कब जायो? I asked him, no, I am son of Mummy Yashoda. बोला, no. You see, Gora Nand, Yashoda, Nanda Maharaja is fair. Gori Yashoda, Tumakata Shama Sarira, how you are black. You got this guts? She went to give a word blow and Balaram ran away. So after he came out, hello, how are you? So these are all pastimes of the Lord. When you see, it is actually very childlike pastime. Normal human child will do like this. And all his strategies, that's why whatever he did, because he is absolute. One day, All gopis know that he goes and steals butter everywhere. So they want, but whenever they go and complain to Mother Yashoda, she will not listen. That is always there. When you are attached to somebody, you don't see the flaw in that person. And he is the Lord, and she had a transcendental attachment. Therefore, she will refuse to see any flaw in him. So they were all planning, all girls. Somehow, all the time he escapes, and we get bad name from Yashoda, my, and we can't even go and bow down to her. That position has gone so worse. So we must do something so that we reinstate our position with the society. So they all then decided one strategy. Yes, we will do this night. We will all assemble here near our house. So Krishna and Balarama were sitting outside like this, 8:30 after dinner. They were all talking. So number 3 house, that Gopi says, Dekho Shama, tomorrow we are all going to the next village. Kya baat hai? No, we have some function. All of you are going? Haan, all of us are going. Oh, nobody will be there? No, nobody will be there. So I'll only see you people day after tomorrow. So Krishna is hearing. Nobody is there. That means he knows full stock of butter, yogurt, everything is there. And the complete family is going. You see? Lamba hath. So nicely he slept. Next morning he got up. This time he doesn't want to even take the children. He wanted to enjoy himself. So nicely went in and took everything, started eating. Then that gopi called 5-6 gopis from outside, front side. She locked, bolted, and then said, Kanaya. He saw, oh, he was scared. And then she said, you cannot run away. That side also locked. Then he said, both sides are locked, let me enjoy. Practical. So he started eating. Then they said, now we can go and tell. So they went, Yashoda. They were, why you people are disturbing in the early morning? What's the problem? They all came in. You see, you were Kanaya. Now please go, get lost. Kanaya, I don't want to listen. No, ek bar suno. You just come with us. We have locked him completely. Oh, come on. He said, what nonsense you are talking. Then that complaining literally asked these girls. See, this is the key. We have locked front door, back door. Now, if you are in senses, please one of you come in. Yashoda says. One lady went in, one gopi. When she went in the inner chamber, Krishna is eating there. So he said like that, Hare? Then Krishna says the dialogue, अगर ये सच है तो फिर वो क्या है? Then all of them were running. Yashoda said, come on, all of you come in. They all went away. Went and went to that house. Then before opening, they saw through the window. Then he says, Krishna, अगर वो सच है तो फिर ये क्या है? This is called Atyanta Vidambanam. Nobody can understand. Do you think Vedantic scholars will understand this? Philosophers, speculators. Nonsense. Formless, nirvishesha, nirakara. They will be condemned to hell billions of years, which also he has confirmed in Gita. He has confirmed it in Gita. So this is the question. That's why she says, Vaktram niniya bhaya bhavanaya sthitasya mamsa vibhoyati yad bhihi api bhiveti. Next. Kechidahurajam jatam
Kechidahurajam jatam
Punya shlokasya kirtaye
Punya shlokasya kirtaye
Yado priyasyanvavaye
Yado priyasyanvavaye
Malayasyeva chandanam
Malayasyeva chandanam.
Some say that the unborn is born for the glorification of pious kings, And others say that he is born to please King Yadu, one of your dearest devotees. You appear in his family as sandalwood appears in the Malaya hills. Hare Krishna.
Yes. So what was the reason, cause of Krishna's coming down here? There are many, say many ways, Like Kechit, somebody says, Ahuhu. Punya shlokasya kirtaye jatam. Punya shloka means pure reputation, pious reputation. Who had that reputation? Yadu. So he came in that dynasty just to glorify his dynasty. Just like in the jungle there may be many trees, but where the chandanwood tree is there, the whole jungle is full of fragrance. In that way Krishna appeared there. That is actually in bhakti, which I repeatedly say is very difficult. That's why most people don't come to that line. He is of two types. One is reverential admiration. Another one is spontaneous affection. The initial one is school wala bhakti. The other one is college wala bhakti. The one is called Vidhi Marga. The other one called Raga Marga. So it is very difficult. And all ages we had people like that. All millenniums. Again, one more very enlightening incident. In the olden days, Puri, Jagannath Puri, the temple is there. Many people come. So in those days, no locking the door. Doors are always open. House doors, residential doors. So one Brahmana was passing through, Vedic Brahmana, again, after darshanam, morning. While walking back home, he accidentally looked aside. At that time, one small house where one 80-year-old lady got down from the bed and just went to the desk nearby. And there was Krishna Vigraha. She opened some old tin. From there she offered one laddu. All this he saw in few moments. Immediately he came in and rectified her conduct. She said, "What nonsense you are doing. I saw just now, you are getting from the bed, you didn't even wash your hands. Forget about washing teeth and faces. And you are just offering like this. What is this nonsense? You will directly go to hell." So she was scared. Nahi Brahman Devata, thoda sharir thik nahi. No, then you appoint a Brahmana. But I have no facility for that. Then you do it slowly. Go take bath at least. These are things to be observed. She said, "I will follow from tomorrow." So next day when he checked whether she is doing correct, it was. He came around 8:30. Same time, he saw her going into bathroom. Then after he was coming back to the temple, he saw her dressed up properly and offering. So he said, "Very good, very good." And went to the temple. Then after that, bhoga, he went and slept at night. In the sleep, Jagannath came and gave him one hot slap. He got up in that slap. But then he saw, really it was a hot slap. Because on this, you can see the reddish, and it is paining. So he was scared. It was really paining. Somehow he managed and then put some warm water and slept. Again Jagannath came in that dream. He said, "What nonsense you have done. She regularly offers me at 8 o'clock. You went and spoiled her head. Now she is giving me a breakfast at 10:30. What nonsense you have done. Just because you are a Vedic scholar, you are doing all this nonsense? Hell with your Vedic education." Then immediately he got up. 10 times he offered obeisance to the Jagannath deity at home. Then immediately took bath in the well. And then from there he went to Jagannath temple, morning. And then while returning, he came to her and she was about to go for taking bath. He immediately Sashtanga Namaskar. She was shivering. "Oh, no, Brahman Devata, you should not fall down. Like, please get up. No, you are Devi. I'm sorry, why you delay so much time? No, you only told me yesterday. No, myself on all these Vedic teaching are wrong. What you do is right. You carry on with that." No, I will not do that. He said, no, please do it, otherwise I will lose my life. If he gives me another slap, I will not survive. What is the difference here? That Brahmana is used for reverential admiration, he had. Whereas she is pure devotee. It is there everywhere. But we are unable to understand this. For example, Hanumanji will not dare do, I repeat that, Hanumanji will not dare do what Mother Shabari did. Well, what is the difference? That means Hanumanji is not a devotee? He is a devotee. What is the difference between Shabari and Hanumanji? This is the difference. He respects Lord Rama, reverence. Whereas Shabari loves Lord Rama. But you cannot imitate the exalted devotion of Shabari and this old lady. We have to start like this Vedic Brahmana. We have to follow all those principles. Take bath, wear fresh clothes, pure mind, and attend to the deity, clean the floor, offer, then come back, then clean the plate, then transfer the bhoga to another plate, and from there you take, not from the plate directly. We have to follow all these principles. Vidhi Marga. When you are perfect in Vidhi Marga, you are automatically drifted to Raga Marga. That is, when you pass school, 10th standard, then you enter into college. Just because college is also same premises, a third year student simply jumps the wall and sits in the college. He will not understand anything. So we have to start with this and we will be automatically drifted to that. So Yadu Maharaja is such a dear devotee of Krishna, so he took birth there. Aparhe Vasudevasya Devakyam Yachitobhyagat Ajastvamasya Kshemaya Vadhaya cha Suradvisham.
Others say that since both Vasudeva and Devaki prayed for you, you have taken your birth as their son. Undoubtedly, you are unborn. Yet, you take your birth for their welfare and to kill those who are envious of the demigods. Hare Krishna.
This we know, easy. Bharavatharana yanye Bhuvo navaivo dadhau Sidantya bhuri bharena Jato hyatma bhuvartitaha.
Others say that the world, being overburdened like a boat at sea, is much aggrieved, and that Brahma, who is your son, prayed for you, and so you have appeared to diminish the trouble. Hare Krishna.
So last sloka it is said Devakyam Vasudevasya. So we should know Vasudeva and Devaki, they are eternally situated in Mathura in the spiritual world. But they have an expansion situated in heavenly planet, upper planet within the material universe. So whenever lords come down, they come here. This expansion comes here. Whereas eternally Devaki Vasudeva stays in spiritual world. So they once came as Kashyap and Aditi. And then they came as Sutapa and Prishni. Then they have come as Vasudeva and Devaki. So when they came as Sutapa and Prishni, they prayed to the Lord that we want a son like you after all penances. Then Lord accepted, but he said, there is nobody like me, so I only have to come as your son. So he came. So his name was Prishni Garbha. The same Krishna now came as Vasudeva. For what? Asya Kshemaya. and Suradvisham Vadhaya, for protecting devotees and finishing the demons. And here this sloka says, Atma Bhuva, mana Brahma prayed for you and for that you came. That is for what? Bhara avatar, to reduce the burden of the earth. So if you join these two slokas, you get the evidence from Gita. What is that? Paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya cha dushkritam, suradvisham dushkritam, paritranaya. You see? Sambhavami yugi yugi. Next. Bhavesmin klishyamananam avidya kama karma bhihi
kama karma bhi
shravana smaranarhani karishyaniti kechana.
And yet others say that you appeared to regenerate the devotional service of hearing, remembering, worshipping, and so on, in order that the conditioned souls suffering from material pangs might take advantage and gain liberation. Hare Krishna.
What does it mean? Bhava means material world or conditioned existence. It's called bhava. Bhave asmin klishyamananam. Klishyamananam klesha praptanam. In this bhava, nobody is free from problems. Everybody is suffering. Klishyamananam. But if you see, actually there is no problem. If you see technically, sincerely if you see, actually there is no problem. But that problem is there. Here he admits, bhave asmin klishyamananam. Why the problem is there then, if there is no problem? Why problem is there? He says avidya. Avidya means ignorance. Ignorance means I am the body. Because you have this ignorance, every one of us has ignorant. Therefore, every one of us have problems. Avidya. So, simply thinking I am the body, problem comes? No, not like that. When you think you are the body, the next idea is I must enjoy through the body. That's what avidya and then kama. Ignorance is I am the body. The next ignorance reinforced by thinking that I should enjoy through the body. Even then problem will not come if it's only thought level. Then you start implementing. I want to enjoy, the desire comes. Then what do? You sit down quietly? No, you attempt to enjoy. There the problem starts. That is called karma. Avidya, kama, karma. Otherwise you will have no problem. Therefore there is no solution. Many people come to Swamiji's crying this, that. I only laugh. Why? The sloka is very clear. As long as you are in ignorance, thinking that you are the body, as long as you have even subtle desire to enjoy through the body, you will be working. You will be very active. It is not Sunday or Saturday, weekends you are not. No, Saturday, Sunday also you are active. You cannot be inactive. Because the Atma is the basic principle. The Atma is active. As long as Atma is in your body, it will activate your body. You cannot be desireless, then you are a dead man. Machine has no desire. You have no consciousness. You have consciousness, you have desire. You have desire, therefore you will be active. Avidya kama karma bhi. Klesha praptanam, klishyamananam. But, now for example, I am 68-year-old. You catch hold of any 68-year-old householder. He has problem, he is unhappy. And I have no problem, I am enjoying. Why is this? You ask any man of my age group, householder, or even if he is bachelor, single man, everybody has problem. Why is that? I am enjoying, I have no problem. Because I am not in avidya, I am in vidya. What is that vidya? I am the spirit soul. The desiring element is spirit soul, not body. Body is inert. Just like bulb is inert. Only when electricity comes, the light comes out. Body has no desire. It is the Atma, the consciousness which desires. And when the consciousness is reflected through the material mind, the contaminated element, your desire becomes contaminated. Just like rainwater, it's pure. The moment it contacts earth, it becomes muddy. It is no more pure. So when you are consciousness, when you realize you are a conscious entity, you are not the body, then also active principle is Atma. Atma wants to be active. What does it do? That Atma performs function, services for Lord. Therefore he is happy. When you are in Vidya means, when you know you are Atma, you will also work. I am also working. Another man is also working, 68-year-old. He is thinking his body and I know I am Atma. Both of us catch flight. Both of us go by aircraft. We go 2 hours in advance, check in, all that we are doing. And the lady asks, have you packed yourself? How nice people know. They trust you. They trust you. The moment you say, yes, I have packed myself. Oh, all right. She doesn't know that I can tell a lie. See? Have you packed yourself? No, what I say? I say, madam, I don't oblige anybody. That's not in my nature. She also laughs. Anyway, so the point is, I am performing with the understanding I am Atma, and I am also very active, but rendering services to God, Krishna. The another man, he operates on understanding he is the body. He is rendering services to umpteen other useless persons. Every useless person he is rendering service at every stage in his life. Therefore, klesha. Therefore, he is unhappy. And he foolishly thinks, by coming to America, by changing the location, I'll be happy. Now, here after coming here, it's difficult for a job. Once you get the job, next worry is green card. If green card, you have applied for citizenship, it is not coming. Others have got citizenship. In this way, you continue to have problems. And nothing can be really solved. Nothing can be really solved. It's very clear. Therefore, she says, this, my dear Lord, you know very well, and therefore you are kind enough to come here very often and perform such nice pastimes. That gives us a scope to Shravana, hear about it, and Smarana, reflect about it. And for that reason, somebody says, you very often come here. This is his kindness. Because without hearing about him, remembering about him, you cannot escape this burning situation here. Sansara dava nalali dhaloka. Sansara, material life, is anala. Leader means it's licking you. The flames, the blazing fire licks you. That's why whole body, mind, everything is burning literally. Sansara dava. Davanala means forest fire. You are in now what fire? Forest fire. Now if you want to extinguish forest fire, a few buckets of water will do. How do you extinguish forest fire? It requires rain, heavy rain, downpour. Then only it's possible. That is spiritual master. Tranaya karunya ghana ghanatvam. Mercy cloud. He is the mercy cloud coming to you. Karunya ghana ghanatvam. And praptasya, he has received this, spiritual master. Kalyana guna arnava. Ocean of beautiful, auspicious qualities. Spiritual master is what? Ocean of auspicious qualities. Guna arnava. Praptasya kalyan. He has received it from God, Krishna himself. Personally has given. That's why Naradji sometimes goes to hell also. There also he preaches. He has got that. Avigyata gati. His movement cannot be stopped. He will go everywhere. Naradji can go anywhere. He cannot be stopped. Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. So, Smarana Shravana Arhani Karishyanniti Kechana. Therefore, you come down very often. So, the moral here is full surrender means full freedom. Full freedom. The more you withhold yourself, you will continue to be in problem. The more you give yourself up, the more you surrender. Actually, we feel, the more you surrender means you are trapped. On the material platform, the more you go towards somebody means you are trapped. He will exploit you. That's why even in marriage, etc., these days, nobody, gives one up totally, withholds. So that, any problem comes, I can organize my way. So one fellow asked me in Bombay, why this marriage institution has lost sanctity, Swamiji? That I said, if you see, observe closely, today what is marriage? Between premarital affairs and post-marital flings, it's only an intransient link. Just stay for some time on that transit. Because he was there, now he will go there. Premarital affairs and post-marital flings is an in-transit link. That has come down to that level. Why you don't perform any other sanskara? Did your father, mother perform Garbhadana sanskara? No. Were you given Upanayana sanskara? No. There are so many sanskaras. Suddenly you say Vivaha sanskara, that won't work. That cannot work. If you follow, you maintain all those, the entire Varnashrama system perfectly, then it can work to some extent, although it's a material arrangement, to lead you gradually to the spiritual platform. Material Varnashrama system, Varnashrama Acharavata Purushena Parafpuman Vishnu Aradhyate. You see, you may be belonging to any Varna or any Ashrama. The purpose of Varnashrama is Vishnu Aradhyate. Now you brought in 33 demigods. He says, it is Aradhyate. No, all this nonsense Aradhyate. Real Aradhana to be done for Varnashrama system. No, that itself usko hi uda diya. तो क्या बचेगा? Got my point? So therefore, full freedom means full surrender. When you surrender fully, you get full freedom. I observed it practically speaking. Once we had a roof garden party, about 4 decades back. What party? Roof garden. So, it's Sindhi family. And Punjabis were also there. So I was also there. We were all sitting in a circle, nice chairs. Everybody was drinking. That's why the party. Everybody was drinking. And there was a small baby, 2-year-old baby. So that was very cute. So one lady picked it up. I watched, that baby sat like this. Then it was so cute, another lady picked her up. There also it was sat like that. Like that, the whole circle. So I was talking to my friend, and to his wife, the mother of the kid was talking. She was sitting there. So after changing the laps, finally it's come to mother's lap. So she was talking this way and indifferently grabbed the child and put her on the lap and continued to speak. I watched that baby. Like this she was doing. Why? Very safe. Where? Mother. Why? Full surrender. So full freedom. Other laps, nervous. Like this. She was sitting like this. Although very cute. She indifferently grabbed her. No attention. Full freedom is in full surrender. Shrinvanti gayanti grinantya bhikshnashaha
Shrinvanti gayanti grinantya bhikshnashaha
Smaranti nandanti tavehitam janaha
Smaranti nandanti tavehitam janaha
Tayeva pashyantya chirena tavakam
Ayeva pashyantya chirena tavakam
Bhava pravaho paramam bhavanbhujam
Bhava pravaho paramam padambujam.
O Krishna, those who continuously hear, chant, and repeat your transcendental activities or take pleasure in others doing so certainly see your lotus feet, which alone can stop the repetition of birth and death. Hare Krishna.
So here is the answer. All modern people want to know. The first thing a scientific student asks anyone, any Swamiji is, have you seen God? Here he says how to see God. You can see God. That too how? Achirena. Very quickly you can see. Chira means long time. Achirena. You can see. Pashyanti. And what is the result if you see the Padambujam of Krishna? Bhava pravaha uparamam. Bhava pravaha upar. Pravaha means flow. That's what samyak sarati iti sansaraha. Flowing. Properly flowing is called sansara. That means repeated birth and death. This is called bhava pravaha. That should be uparamam. That should be stopped. That is possible only when somebody tavakam padambujam pashyanti. Once they are able to see your lotus feet, it is possible. Otherwise, it cannot be stopped. By philosophical speculation, empirical method, or by using mystic power acquired by yogic practice, nothing will work. Nothing will work. In another place also, in 5th canto, he says, Pritirna yavad maivasu deve na muchyate deha yogena tavat. Deha yoga. Atma has got connection with the deha. Now you have to remove this connection. Cut it. When it is possible, Pritirna yavad mai vasudeve. Unless you develop love for me, Vasudeva, it is not possible. Yavat prithaktam idamatmana indriyartha maya balam bhagavato janapashyet tavat na pratiratam sankarmeta vyarthahi prakriti kriyartha. He says, yavat prithaktam. As long as you see yourself separate from Krishna, not that you become merged in Krishna, not like that. When you say you are to see yourself in connection with Krishna, means as a servant and the master. But as long as you see yavat prithatvam, as long as you see your interests are separate from his interest, yavat prithatvam, idam atmana indriyartham. Why do you see separateness from Krishna? Indriyartham. You want to enjoy. Why should I serve him? Then be bound. You cannot come out. Yavat prithaktam idam atmana indriyartha mayabalam bhagavato janayisha pashyed. Bhagavato mayabalam. By your own deluding potency. When I hanker for material sense enjoyment, I want to be away from you. Suggest any of your friends, or Swamiji has come. No, yaar, it is not now, please. 23, 24, 25, leave me alone. I'll come on some Monday, Tuesday. Cannot. Prataktvam. He wants to enjoy. Vahati kriyartha. He is subjected to multitudes of miseries and is simply carrying his burden on his back. Life after life, life after life. That is why Krishna, luckily for Arjuna, he just caught hold of him at the right moment. He was running away. Kyun? Why? Prataktvam. He has his own interest. Arjuna his own interest. Krishna says, fight the battle. No. I don't want to commit sin. I want to do good activity. I will run away. I will beg and live so that I am happy. I will live nicely here. Can anyone live nicely here? When Krishna says in Gita, you already studied Gita somewhat, two facts he reveals, two dangerous truths he reveals. What are the two dangerous truths? Dukhalayam, ashashvatam. This he has said. This material world is what? And now what you are doing? Dukhalayam. But you say, no, I will apply for a new job. I'll try to be happy. He has told you cannot be happy here. Then why are you making all these plans? And ashashvatam, everything is temporary here. Your bodily connection, your very existence here, all this material paraphernalia you have, everything is temporary. These two truths have been told in Gita. The whole India studies Gita. But they are all planning to be happy, number one. Number two, all of them are buying insurance policy. Shashvatam. When Krishna says, Shashvatam. If to give a very crude example again, I'm famous for giving crude examples. I wanted to buy some 5,000 plastic buckets. So I know the owner of the factory in Bhandup. So I spoke to him. Sir, I want to buy 5,000 buckets for my madam. So can you recommend to your manager so I get the cheapest price? Then if I was talking in a crowd, he pulled me aside. Swamiji, let me be truthful to you. Boliye. See, my buckets we produce in market, no doubt, but they have two defects. Now what are the defects? One is molding defect. After 6 months, the bottom of the bucket will give way, plastic molding defect. Another one, the handles will come off. Now if I still tell him, no, still I will buy this bucket, he will say, Swamiji has gone crazy. When manufacturer himself tells you there are two defects, should I go ahead and buy that bucket? You tell me. You are an intelligent man, modern man. No. Then why are you making planning for living happily and buying LIC policy? When he says two defects here, he is the manufacturer. This world is manufactured by Krishna and he says two defects. That is the point here. So, Shrinvanti, Gayanti, Grinanti, Abhikshnashaha. Shrinvanti, hear. Gayanti, sing. Grinanti, glorify. Abhikshnashaha, all the time. Smaranti, think of you. Nandanti, and rejoice. What they think, ihitam, all your pastimes, your transcendental pastimes, ihitam, they smaranti and consequently nandanti. And those who do this, abhikshnashaha, always, only te eva pashyanti, only they can see you. You ask me, no, have you seen God? Can you show me God? To see God, what you have to do? Shrinvanti, Gayanti, Abhikshnaha Grinanti, Smaranti, Nandanti. Then te eva pashyanti. Turant, immediately, achirena, immediately. Tavakam padambujam, your lotus feet. And that alone is the method for putting a stop. Bhava pravaha uparamam. But when it comes to Shrinvanti, what is that? You just cannot go and hear any Swamiji anywhere. No, that is not allowed. Then you will not succeed. You will continue to suffer. In fact, you will suffer worse. Why? You become bewildered. You become mad. Simple English. You become mad. If you go and listen everywhere, you become mad. So whom to listen to? The question comes, whom to listen to? Here it is answered. Parikshit Maharaj explains. Here means not in this sloka. In Bhagavatam it is answered. In 10th canto, when it starts, Parikshit Maharaj tells Shukadeva Goswami Pad, Nivritta tarshaihi upagiyamanat. Shrotraushadhat bhavaushadhat sotrabhiramat. Uttama sloka gunanuvadat. Ko puman virajyeta vina pashugnat. That is, Parikshit Maharaj gave up even eating and drinking and he is sitting there. 6 days, 5 days over, 6th day continues. So Shukadeva Goswami is admiring him. See, you have not eaten, you have not drunk even water. 24 hours into 5 days already over. Are you not troubled? He says, no. See, he is not troubled. Shukadeva Goswami knows that, why he is not troubled. For our reason, he is asking this question. He says in answer, no, because Upagiyamanat, you are speaking Krishna's pastimes to me. And who are you? Nivritta Tarshaihi. Nivritta Trishna. You are completely free from any type of material desires. Completely free from any material affinity. From that man you have to hear. Nivritta Trishna. Trishna means hankering, material hankering. 2 types of hankering. One is gross bodily hankering, another is subtle body gratification. Gross body is sense gratification and subtle body is sense gratification. Gross body sense gratification is Kamini and Kanchan, wealth and women. Women should not say, wealth and sex, it can be man also. So Kamini, Kanchan, it is gross body sense gratification. And subtle body sense gratification is hankering for recognition in the society. Even after you become Swamiji, you want to become a famous Swamiji. So you will go all over to meet big presidents, big places. You want to become very famous. In fact, overcoming desire for Kamini Kanchan, out of 100, 1 man can come out of that. That's why we bow down. Apparently when you see Lal Kapada, you bow down. Why? Because it is a symptom that he has given up both. But what about that inside? Recognition. That is more difficult to overcome. That's where everybody gets trapped. Everybody gets trapped in that. And if somebody jumps that hurdle, then he is called Paramahansa. Only he is called Paramahansa. So Shukadeva Goswami was Paramahansa. He was liberated even within the womb of his mother. Therefore Parikshit Maharaj saying, I am hearing from you, sir. Nivritta tarshaihi upagiyamanat. Bhavaushadhat. You see, bhavayasmin klishyamanana. You see here, bhava pravaho parama. He is also saying bhava. It is aushadha. It's a medicine for material existence. Bhavaushadhat. And while hearing, Shrotra Mana Abhirama. See, we are all not highly educated spiritually, but we are hearing, it is nice to hear Shrotra and Mana. As long as you sit hear me, it really pacifies your mind. You are enjoying. Shrotra Mana Abhiramat. Why is that? Uttama Shloka Guna Anuvadat. Anuvadam description. Uttama Shloka Krishna. So you are glorifying Krishna, you are free from Trishna. You are free from material Trishna and you are glorifying Krishna. It is coming like nectar to me, to my ears and my heart. Ko puman virajyeta. What man will not take interest in hearing Harikatha from such a personality? Vina pashugnat. Unless he is a meat eater. Meat eater is a merciless man. He has no mercy, compassion nahi hai. That's why I went to London, some temple. One fellow was singing, tears flowing down. So, oh, what a great devotee. When he came out, I asked him, Ab kya kahta hai? No, I eat meat, fish, egg. If he is so merciless man, how can bhakti appear in his heart? How can he cry like that? He's simply joking. It's all emotional tears, not devotion. Because you are merciless basically, pashughna. You are killing animals and eating its flesh. Nivritta tarshaihi upa. So shrinvanti. Many people shrinvanti, they are not able to see padambujam. Why? You are going everywhere and hearing everyone. All these transcendental topics have to be heard from a devotee's mouth. A fully surrendered devotee's mouth. Otherwise, Harikatha, whether Bhagavatam or Gita, it is by itself is nectar, no doubt. But it has to be heard from a devotee. A Vaishnava, Mukha Udgirnam, Putam, Harikatha, Amritam, Shravanam, Naiva Kartavyam. Shravanam Naiva Kartavyam. You should not hear. Which one? Harikatha. But sir, it is Putam, pure nectar. Yes, still. Why? From whom? A Vaishnava. One who is not a devotee. One who is not a devotee, he may speak even better than me. If you go to India, there are many good scholars, Sanskrit scholars, they will explain nicely each and every sloka. But you should not hear, the Shastra says. A Vaishnava, because he is not Vaishnava, he is not Vishnu's servant. Why? But Gita is Gita, Bhagavatam is Bhagavatam, No. If you want, we can, the sloka itself gives example. One marriage ceremony, at night, they go for a procession, 400, 300 people. That's called something called, technical called Adhivasa. In South India, they call Janavasa, something like that. So when they come back, they'll be hungry. So one gentleman decided, I'll give them all one glass of milk. So he had 4 stainless steel drum milk. And pista, badam, is from foreign returned. So pista, badam, all that mishri, everything, very tasty. When you see, it will look nice. Even बोलते हैं एक glass मारने से मुर्दा भी खड़ा हो जाएगा. Even dead body will come alive. It's so nice. But unfortunately, those drums are kept near. It's a chowltry in Triplicane. So you know what it is. The near window. So at that time, one snake came and touched the drum milk with its fangs and then went away. And if you give that 1 glass milk, मुर्दा उठ के बैठेगा ना, जो जीता है वो मुर्दा हो जाएगा. The living solid man, Muhammad Ali also will immediately die. Why is that? Milk is nice, no? Pista, badam, everything. No. But touched by the tongue of a serpent. Similarly, a Vaishnava, one who is not devotee of God, if the Harikatha comes through his tongue, it is actually poison. You will be finished. Whatever little devotion you had, that also will go. So therefore, if you want to really spiritually advance, stick to the instruction given in the Shastra itself. Don't ignore Shastras. Shastras are written only for that, just to guide us. So when the Shastras instruct you, Shravanam should be done from where? So Parikshit Maharaj was not a fool. He was an emperor, He had many Brahmanas sitting in front of him. Many rishis sitting in front of him. He asked them the question, Apritcham idam vritcham vipriche, Marishyamanaha, especially for the one who is going to take off, what he is supposed to do? Because he was a very sincere soul, seriously inclined, Krishna himself arranged and made Shukadeva go into that area. Shukadeva was going elsewhere, but as a super soul inside his heart, he gave the direction. He became the navigator. Go like this. So he took a detour and came into this area, where already many rishis were sitting. Immediately all of them got up, including his father, and gave this 16-year-old boy a seat. When they all got up and respected this 16-year-old boy, Parikshit understood. What is that? Nivritta Tarsha. I must hear only from him. Although these are also, most of them are qualified. But he has been sent by Krishna. Why he has sent him? to him, Nivritta Trishna. Nivritta. So you have to Shinvanti. You have to hear. That's why we technically say Anushravanam. We never say Shravanam. Then there is again an arrogance. We have no capacity to hear. So what we do, we hear from Gurudeva. We hear after him. Anupashyanti dhiraha. We see after him, through him. We don't see directly. We have no capacity. We see through him. So this, unfortunately, these truths have been taken advantage of by many bogus Swamijis. That is another matter. But the real fact is this. We have to unconditionally surrender to a spiritual master and start serving him immediately. Then your arrogance comes down through service. Then when your arrogance is very low, then you ask him questions. Sir, what is the way? Then he will tell you. Then you will immediately grasp. If there is no surrender, if there is no service, you simply ask questions, you will end up as a librarian. That's all. You will collect a lot of message, you will note down, and you will show it off to others. Yesterday I met some Swamiji, very nice points. What is this? Are you advancing? No, you are not advancing. When will you advance? Where is the surrender? Where is the service? There is no surrender, there is no service. How will you advance? You surrender your child to the KG teacher. You give the fees. You see, one lady in Bridge Candy, she gives me 11 rupees. I spent 30 rupees for taxi itself. And at the same time, she was hearing from Bhagavatam 2 hours. In the next room, his son, a tutor has come, one Anglo-Indian lady. She gave her 3,000 rupees. See, what is 11 rupees for spiritual education? For a mundane education, you are paying her 3,000 rupees. Think of this, all this. And then you want to advance spiritually. Swamiji, aapka katha bahut acha lagta, I want to hear you more. How you will naturally forget, she will give only 5 rupees then. Next. Oh, this is not the way. You surrender. Where is the surrender? Where is the service? So therefore, Shinvanti, see, like Krishna says, Yetu sarvani karmani mai sanyasya matparaha dhyayanta mam upasate tesham aham samudharta mrityu sansara sagarat. Mrityu sansara, bhava, upara. Bhavami na chirat partha. I don't delay to that person. Na chirat. Same thing here, achirena. When a devotee speaks, God speaks, there is no difference in the words. They will say the same thing. He said, Bhavami na chirat partha. Here devotee says, Achirena tavakam padam puja. Bhava pravaha uparamam. It will stop your repetition of birth and death. Only thing is, you have to do that nicely. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare